Hi, my name is Tamar and welcome to a new video on my channel, in this video I'll be showing you some footage from 2020 where I for the first time read Heartstopper. I didn't have any clue when I read that at that point, and I want to show you the difference between then and now. How much has changed and what these books mean to me in the meantime. And I wanted to do this because the Netflix series Heartstopper just released lately, and I've been really enjoying it. So, first, to give you some context, Heartstopper is a graphic novel series about Nick and Charlie, two boys who fall in love. And it's a very cute story and it has such a deep meaning to me. But I didn't know that at that point, so I'll first show you that footage and then I'll get back to you with more thoughts on it 2 years later. Hi, today is the 18th of June. I will be starting Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. This book, I'm in the middle of reading it and I wasn't planning on reading this, but I got it gifted by my friend Yarrow for my birthday, and I'm very excited. It is, I switched it out for a different book for the same prompt, because I wasn't getting through that other book, which was a classic. So, and Heartstopper is a graphic novel, and LGBT romance. I think it's gay, and I'm pretty sure, and it is in black and white, like this, and it will be a very quick read. So I might update in between, but it depends. And now I'll make some caffeine-free coffee and start reading. Checking back in, so I finished the first chapter. I think I'm around like page 100. I don't have the book physically with me because it's downstairs. But I'm really liking it so far. It's not that I'm like loving it. Maybe that's because I'm not very used to graphic novels, and these graphic novels are chronological, but like there are splits in it, and only the main points like are pulled out of the story, which I'm just not used to. And well, what else? It's black and white, of course, which I'm also not used to, and I'm in general not used to graphic novels. So and also there are not many words and pages, so it's like very quick to read, but I'm still like I like it, but I'm not blown away by it or like impacted yet. And it's very fluffy and cute and fast to read, but I'm just not sure. And yeah, I'll probably read some more later today. I'm now going to have my lunch. I just had my appointment with my physiologist. And yeah, I'm going to move on, make myself probably a piece of toast, and I'll check in when I've read more or when I have to show something. So I'm at page 190 and I love it so much. I'm actually really enjoying this. I think it's really cute, and it just makes me happy to read it. But I'm also like, you shouldn't read right now. You have to do this. But I'm like, no, I can read a few pages, and then I read like 50 pages, and it's not working. But it's fun. I'm a mess. Oh, I love this, actually. Forget what I said. I really like this. I decided to go outside and read, but it's kind of cloudy, so I hope it's not going to rain. I'll show you my view. I'm like in my nearby woods and it's windy, so sorry if you can hear that. But I'm going to read some more here because I was like, oh, I need to go outside, but I also want to read. So I'm going to read here. Hopefully it stays like cloudy and not going to rain because that would suck. And I'll check in with you later, probably when I'm finished. I just finished Heartstopper and I'm so happy that I read it and that my friend gifted this to me because it is so great and oh my god, I love them. Well, the main characters, of course. What even are their names? I already forgot this. Hello. Charlie and Nick. I love them. I want what they have, but also not, because I'm on the sexual spectrum, so it's confusing. But I love my queer romances. Like, I don't read a lot of romance, but when I read it, I gravitate towards queer contemporary romance. And this was all I needed. Like, oh my god. I read it so quickly and I just got it gifted yesterday and I was like, I'm going to read this. And I don't regret it. I really like the drawing style. I'm still not very familiar with graphic novels, so I cannot say, oh, this is better than this. But I really enjoyed it. It's very simple and you can imagine more of the colors, which I think is nice. Of course, I'm used to reading a lot, and this is more looking a lot, which I have to get used to. But I'll put the second book on my wishlist for sure, because I love this. I'll probably give it 5 stars though, because I'm just trash for this kind of things, and oh my god, it was great. And yeah, I'm still on the outside. The birds are chirping, and it's really nice to finish this book here. I'm just so happy. I cannot tell you like much about it, besides that it's good, you know. And now I'm going to walk back, and so I hope you enjoyed that part. It was a bit chaotic, but I know. In the meantime, I've read the first book, Heartstopper, 5 times. It is a bit colored at this point, and I really enjoyed it. I just love this book, and it has such a deep meaning to me, even with the rest of the series. So the second book I've read 3 times. I got it last year in 2021 for my birthday by a friend of mine called Evelyn. And I also really enjoyed reading this one. It's such a solid book, and it also made me cry from what I've read back. I love this. And then the third book, Heartstopper Volume 3, I read in last month. Last month from when I'm filming, so in March. I bought it in Berlin. My brother lives in Berlin, so I went there to the Kulturhaus and bought this book because it was cheaper there. And I really enjoyed reading this. I think it didn't make me cry, but it did make me sad. Because of the topics that are dealt with in this book. and I've only read this one time so far because I read it pretty recently. Other Alice Oseman books I've read are so far only Loveless, which I gave 3.5 stars. The other ones I gave 5. Um, as an asexual person, I really wanted to read this and I was super excited for it. The rating is lower because I couldn't stand the main character for like the first 100 pages and it was a pain to get through. But I really liked some of the side characters, and even though I didn't relate to the sexual representation, I think it's pretty good from what I've heard from other people. So I also do recommend this one. Um, so firstly, I didn't really know what to think about Heartstopper because I just didn't have any knowledge, I guess, from what graphic novels are and how much I enjoyed them. Um, in the meantime, I have read a lot of graphic novels and comics on Webtoon. I'm obsessed. Yay. And I still think Heartstopper is one of the best ones. I have not read Volume 4 because I want to read these all physical because I mostly read them when I'm mentally so unstable that I need a hug in text and picture form. It's like it gives me a hug when I'm sad, and that's why I've read it 5 times. I really needed something to replace the Del Toro books that are here because I was coming to finishing this series, and I really needed something else that would pick me up when I was sad, which was easy to read. And Heartstopper really is that for me. It just encapsulates a warm hug, especially the first 2 books. The third one mainly made me sad because I also struggle with some things that are explored in some parts of the third book. Um, but it was so insightful, and I really love reading it. In the meantime, from like the first part, I've also come out as non-binary. I started questioning my gender in September of 2020, and I came out pretty early to my parents. I think like 3 weeks after questioning it, because I knew all the terms. I was already out as asexual, and um, my brother is also non-binary. So even though he's such a different on the spectrum, like we're both non-binary, and it's such an interesting thing to explore. Still, it's a struggle. I still go to the gender psychologist, um, but I think more and more I start to realize the importance for me of good representation, and um, I know I don't read a lot of representation because I'm just scared it will be bad and I will be hurt. But like, it's so important. So to talk about the show, um, it's so important for such a show because it shows such a variety of characters and they are so lovely. And um, this shows to people that it's okay. It can help people have a coming out and everything. It is so important that these things exist, just for like the young people out there. I'm 18 at this moment, and it's such a great thing to see these things explored because so many people wouldn't know maybe that they're queer unless they see this and they're like, oh, maybe I am queer. And the representation is just so good, and I really love the show. It does, I have very strong feelings, like I can feel very empathetic towards fictional characters, which will affect my own mental and physical well-being because of my autism. And yes, Heartstopper, I binged it and it completely destroyed me. So that wasn't great, but it also made me like realize some things and look back on some things, and um, it actually made me like be like, oh, I really want to meet up with some of my queer friends because there are still things I want to talk about, because I'm in such a chaotic place in my life at this moment. There's so much going on, and this series just, it made me sad because the one thing that has always been hard for me, I've moved a lot, and um, how to say, I'm sorry. Um, I never had like a lot of friends over long term. Um, I just couldn't, and seeing like these people form such close bonds, and just, even though they're fictional characters, I know, but like it, that makes me a bit sad because I didn't really get to experience that a lot because I moved a few times, and I also lost a few friends. Well, because of COVID, I graduated during COVID, and some friends I lost complete connection with. I don't talk to with them anymore. Um, I've it's just gone, and that really reflected back on me after finishing it. So that wasn't that great. But like, the series still makes me happy, and I'm so grateful for representation like this. And also the books just are such a important thing for my mental health, because they help me when I'm feeling down, and there's nothing that can do that. Like, people can talk to me, but books just do that mostly for me, especially because I just love books, and I love it. And like, I also wanted to touch on one more thing, and that is liking queer books about love whilst also being asexual. I've come to terms with, I like cute things. I like cute things. I just don't like sex, and I don't have sexual attraction, but I love cute romance. And I'm in a relationship as well for already a few months now, in a pretty great queer relationship, and I just love romance. I love cute and fluffy stuff. So, even though I felt a bit awkward about it then, I'm super confident in this now that I just love queer characters, and I'm a sucker for it. um, so yeah, I just wanted to talk that through for like the importance of the series, and um, what it means to me, and like there are gonna be still changes in my life, and I still think Heartstopper will continue to be something that will help me uh, through these times, which are pretty difficult. Um, so yeah, please talk to me down below about your Heartstopper experiences and things that you love, things that you uh, want to talk about, just anything, just talk to me about it, and follow me on my socials. I tweet a lot about Heartstopper because I'm a sucker. And please, if you haven't already, watch this show. It's so good, and read the books. I highly recommend it. If you cannot afford it, you can still read the books for free on Webtoon, which I highly recommend. Webtoon is an amazing site, but very addictive. But like, please, please, Heartstopper is such an important thing, so read it if you haven't already, and also scream with me. So leave a like, subscribe down below. My socials are down below, also my Amazon wishlist. If you want to ask anything, just comment or send me a message. And until next time, bye bye!